What's up, everybody? Klaus here from Plant Based Season with
Chase. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Tell us about what you're doing here, man.
Well, it's
you like the Jackie Chan of the film world. Why are you at a vegan event?
That's super cool, man. Well, that's what I've always wanted to be. I wanted to be the vegan Jackie Chan. So, no, I mean, this is the spot to be, isn't it? I have to be at every single one. It's like, ever since my introduction to last year's Vevolution event, it was just a collection of consciously minded people all sharing the same passion for veganism and, well-being. And that's the place I want to surround myself. I want to surround myself with those type of people. And Vevolution just brings them all into one place. So nice and easy, job done.
Just for people that might not know you, can you just talk about your accomplishments in the sports world and stuff like that?
Sure. Well, my background is parkour and free running. I've been doing that for 18 years now. One of the first founders of parkour and free running in the UK. So I've been doing it for a long time, sort of helped inspire people and inspire the new generation to where it is now. And just fueled by my passion for movement and trying to be the best version of yourself, physically, but then it also leads you into the spiritual and the philosophical. Everything like that, it just comes together.
What's more important, spirituality or veganism? Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, mate.
So obviously you've got a wealth of experience in the parkour and the film, stuntman world. Do you feel like you've had to sacrifice any career gains because of this passion?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like you live two different worlds, It's crazy because when you're in the advertising world,
cutthroat.
It's a bit fake, yeah. I mean, and it's totally cool because I see it as a way of earning freedom credits, But it is a fake world, and the world that we're living in, it's all about realism and facing up to what you do, your actions in life. So being a vegan, you've taken yourself away from all of that bad shit that's going on in the world, but then at the same time you're part of advertising, so it is a bit strange for me, but of course I just make sure I don't get involved with any, if McDonald's called me, I'll tell them to do one. So you just sort of have to choose your work a little bit more carefully.
Where do you draw the line though? Tim Sheaf, for example, said he wouldn't do the parkour the Red Bull free running competition?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you with that?
Yeah, sure. Well, I have long conversations with my mate Chris about this stuff, pretty much every day in the sauna. We always go deep on these things, and for me, I don't want to get involved with anything that is not vegan, really. I mean, I have done a few things that, it can be a bit grey, like a suit company that, I've done shoots for suit companies, and that you do think but then they sell leather shoes. It's you just got to do your very best. I mean, I would hate to be a face for let's say, McDonald's. I would never ever do that because I know the implications of that, using my energy to promote a bad thing. So you just got to be careful with it, but I try my best to, no one's perfect, and I think that's a big message that we should get across in the whole vegan thing, that you don't start being a vegan and you're perfect, and there's levels. It's almost like the vegan Illuminati. There's this pyramid, and at the top is breatharian.
Where are you? Where are you?
Know what I mean? I reckon I'm about halfway. I'm halfway up that pyramid, but I would like to be at the top someday. So, it's a journey for all of us.
Let's talk about recovery on a vegan diet after training versus what you kind of used to eat.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I can definitely say that, since I've been vegan, my recovery is so much better. I always tell the story when I was 18 and I used to have inflammation in my knees and ankles and after a day's training, and now I'm 32, I feel 10 times better, and I do truly put that down to the vegan diet.
How many hours are you training a day? Are you peak performance yet, or do you think you got a lot more to give?
I truly think I've got more to give, 150%.
One handstand.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, totally. It's just never ending, man. And I just want to keep getting better. So, I know I've got time, and I truly feel better, And I believe that when you go down the vegan route, you're reversing all of the bad decisions you made prior to that, So me eating the meat and doing all that stuff, I'm reversing all the bad decisions. Yeah, the negativity it is truly on an energetical level.
What kind of physical disciplines are you trying to move towards? I mentioned the one-handed handstand. It's just because I saw you did a post about that.
Yeah.
But are you trying to get into more the breakdance kind of stuff? Because you've always been
student of
flipper.
Movement.
Yeah, you've always been top
Yeah.
dollar at flipping and stuff. But what are your weaknesses and what are you trying to tackle?
Well, at the moment, I'm really focusing back in on climbing because, I'm one of those guys. I'll go to the gym. It's like a maintenance thing. I'll go to the gym, but I don't enjoy it. I don't know who does enjoy just static, boring movements. So I cut that out and started going climbing again. And it's just so much more rewarding, you know, like it's an essential thing that our bodies were designed to do, you know.
Climb trees
to climb, to move, and, you know, to gain height, you know, it's a philosophy in itself. So yeah, getting into climbing and feeling strong again with that. And now I'm taking it seriously, so maybe I'll try and get those, you know, you got grades, so I've got something to aim for again.
Nice.
And again, I'm just going to represent the vegans and be like, pal, this is how strong we are, and, you know, this is what we can do.
What are the most common misconceptions and questions that you get asked about health and fitness as a vegan? You know, there's the typical ones like, what about protein?
Yeah.
What are the typical ones that you kind of have to answer day to day?
Oh, mate, the thing that just gets me is when people say, what do you eat? Because I'm like, dude, trust me, if you only knew, I bet I have a lot more varied diet than you do, you know what I mean? Like, I don't eat different meals every single day. I could probably eat something different for the rest of my life. And that's the cool thing, being a vegan, you'll know there's just so much options, and it just gets more and more and more. So, you know, just having to drum that into people's heads that it's actually really easy and there's so much options out there, you know, that's the thing that gets me most, like having to explain that.
Quick fire answers. What do you say to people if they say, what about protein?
Forget protein.
What about B12?
Doesn't exist.
You get any other questions, like specific questions about nutrition that you have to, like, the free running colleagues that you got, are some of them like, whoa, what are you doing, man? Or are they all on board with the whole vegan, plant-based thing?
I guess a lot of people, you know, they see that when you go vegan, generally you slim up, right? And that's, you know, probably because you're not eating as much you know, you don't have as much inflammation on your body. And I think, like, embrace that. You know, that's where I've come to now. I'm like, I don't want to be Arnold Schwarzenegger because Arnold Schwarzenegger can't do backflips. I can do backflips. And
do a backflip for us.
No.
Please. I know you get asked it every time. Is it the shoes? Dude.
Because I've got a bad back.
Oh, man. Okay.
I literally, no, I had this, right? I had two little kids and they were like,
are you off training?
I'm back on it just as of now, but I have to be careful.
Yeah.
I had two little kids say to me like, oh, can you show me a trick? And I was like, they were so sweet, so I did it for them, and I was just like maybe not 100% better, and I did like a few tricks, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So I just got to be a little bit careful.
What's like your go-to trick when kids are like, do a trick?
Corkscrew.
Yeah. Nice.
Winner every time.